This is an express train, and the next stop is TMG.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to TMG. I'm your host, Travis Patton Sr. I enjoy discovering and sharing real-life moments of inspiration from everyday people. And this show is about finding moments of inspiration for our everyday lives. And look, and if you're going to tell me something, then tell me something good. Oh, sorry about that. That's what I love about live. You never know what's going to happen. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of TMG. That's Tell Me Something Good. I'm your host, Travis Patton Sr. Hey, real quick, guys, don't forget to visit our Facebook page. That's Tell Me Something Good with the capital T. Hey, guys, I say this every time we start, and I'm going to keep on saying it. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my lovely wife, Nicole, who I know is listening. What's up, girl? That's your shout out for today, Nicole. Hey, guys, I also want to thank everybody that tunes in every week and watches the show. Whether you're watching right here on Facebook, guys, every Wednesday, the show is moving to Wednesday at 9 a.m. So every Wednesday, thank you, everybody, for joining in. Guys, I say this and I mean this. In a very short time, the show has absolutely taken off. It's being heard in over almost 36 countries all around the world, not including right here in the United States. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And guys, listen, there's so many ways that you can watch and stream the shows. Look on your screen right there. All those places, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Amazon Music, so many places, guys. And if this is your first time tuning in, your first time listening, guys, let me tell you thank you. Let me get some light on here so you can see me better. How's that? Better? Awesome, guys. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in into the show. Guys, today I want to go ahead and get started. Today, I was watching a commercial, and this kind of the topic came to my mind. And I was watching a commercial, and the commercial was about differences and inclusion and working and being able to do your best and be your best. So I came up with this topic we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about work it. Yeah, we're going to talk about work it. We want to talk about being able to do our best and being our best. So right there, that's what we're going to talk about today, guys. And I begin to think about this because we're all different, right? We're all made in different ways. And something kind of came to my mind when I began to think about this. We all have a purpose, right? We all have a purpose, regardless of the circumstances surrounding our birth. Let me say that again here, but I'm gonna kind of drill in on that. We all have a purpose, regardless of the circumstances surrounding our birth. But we got here. Yeah, we got here. The circumstances surrounding our birth didn't matter, but we got here. So, how can I say we all have purpose? How can I say that? Because you weren't the only one trying to fertilize the egg. You weren't the only one trying to fertilize the egg. We weren't the only ones trying to get here, and you made it. You did it without social media followers. You did it without a degree attached to your name. We did it without the support of friends. Listen, as a matter of fact, we did it before we had arms and legs. So none of us came here by accident. You have a purpose, and it will work for you. You just have to work it. Yeah, none of us got here by accident, guys. Doesn't matter how we got here, it's not by accident. Look, I'm not sure about anyone else, but I've had a lot of jobs in my life. I've had a lot of jobs in my life. I've done everything from being a pharmacy technician to a door to door salesman. I discovered something though. I discovered that when it's not our passion or the thing we believe we are called to do or our purpose, then what we're really doing is we are settling for what's left. If it's not our passion, if it's not something we truly believe in, it's not something we really believe that we're called for, then we're just settling for what's left. It's kind of like going into your closet and picking out whatever's left in there and trying to make it work, trying to make it fit. And what we normally do is we adjust our lives to what's left instead of finding things that fit. Yeah, and try to find things that fit so we can work it. We just adjust things and try to make it work on the fly. So I've just learned that if it's not our purpose or that what we call, we're just settling. We're just settling for what's left. And like I said, guys, we were all born. Listen, here's what I thought about this when I was thinking about being born into this world. Guys, we are all born naked into this world, but we weren't all born empty handed. Yeah, I know we think we weren't born with a lot of gifts. We weren't born as rich as this other person, but we were all born naked, but we weren't born empty handed. There's something in our hands that will work when we work it. Maybe you are a writer, maybe you are a cook, maybe you can do things well, maybe you can do arts and crafts very well. Whatever it is in your hand, work it. I'm reminded of a story I heard, and you know, when I was a little kid, my grandmother used to always take us to church, and I remember a story about this guy named Moses, and he had a stick, a rod in his hand, and he was having this conversation with God, and God asked him, "Dude, what's that in your hand?" Moses said, "It's a stick." Listen, whatever is in your hand will work if you work it. Listen, we were all born naked into the world, but we weren't born empty handed. There is something in our hands that will work when we work it. Yeah, purpose drove us here. It was purpose that caused us to fertilize the egg. It was purpose that caused us to grow. Purpose caused you to hold your head up when things went left. Purpose refused to allow you to settle where you were. While on the way to where you're headed, purpose helped you realize something. I know you think you got here by accident. I know you thought it was just mom and dad getting together, but it was purpose that got you here. Purpose helped you realize something, that life is too short to settle. Yeah, life is way too short to settle. It's too unpredictable. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. Life is just too unpredictable to settle. The fact is this, the fact is the ambiguity of life can just make it hard. And when I say ambiguity, what I simply mean is this, that it's left to open, it's open for interpretation. So when I say things is kind of ambiguous, it's kind of left open for interpretation. So life is too short because life can be interpreted in many different ways. You know, you can one person's perspective about life can be somebody's different perspective about life. So life can go in any direction. So when I say it's ambiguous, that means it can go in any direction. So life is too short. It's way too short to settle. And the ambiguity of life can just make it hard because life can go in any direction. Some days we don't know what we're going to get. The weatherman can forecast rain and the sun comes out. He can forecast sun and then it starts snowing. So we have no idea sometimes what we can get. So life itself can be unsettling. So we no longer have time to settle. If life itself can be unsettling, if life itself can just go in any direction, we don't have time to just settle. Guys, I've said this once before. I said that you can never experience the splash you can make being too afraid to jump in. If we're too afraid to get wet, how do we know what splash we can make in life? If we're too afraid of how cold the water is going to be, how are we going to know what splash we're going to make? Well, they're going to talk about what I did. They're going to talk about me. They might already be talking about you. You may as well get wet. You may as well jump in. You may as well give it everything you've got. Baby, you may as well work it because they're going to say something either way it goes, right? So I thought about this. Look, experience is something that must be earned in order for it to make a real impact in our lives. It's earned by trial and error. It's earned with our tears. It's earned when we keep going when we don't feel like it. It's earned when we keep getting up after being knocked down. Here's what's something I learned. This is my perspective. When I get knocked down, when things seem to be, this is my perspective. And this is what I want you to get. You haven't been failing. You've been succeeding in stages. Yeah, let me say that again. You haven't been failing. You've been succeeding in stages. Look at that thing differently. Listen, my grandmother was a maid. Quick story, guys. Quick story. My grandmother was a maid. That means she cleaned homes. And I remember there was a time when I was helping her clean homes. My job, I got the feather duster and I began to dust. A few moments later, my grandmother came to me and said, "You've got to do better than this." Now, I'm giving you what I thought was my all and said, "You've got to do better than this." And so she told me something that still sticks with me today. She said, this is what she did. She said, "What's just as important as deciding what you're going to do is making up your mind or deciding how you're going to do it." What's just as important as making up your mind what you're going to do is deciding how you're going to do it. Listen, if you can't give it everything you've got, then you've got to make up your mind, I'm going to give it everything I got left. I get it. Life comes at us sometimes so hard, and it can take everything that we have at that moment. But if you can't give it everything you've got, make up your mind to give it everything that you've got left. Listen, I get it. Life isn't always easy. Life hasn't always been smooth. Some may even say we didn't ask to be here. But since you are, you may as well work it. Listen, you didn't ask for the situations life put you in. Nobody asked for this pandemic or for jobs to be cut. But since we're still here, you ought to just work that thing. Yeah, just work it. Listen, I'll add this before I close. If you don't hear the song you want, compose it. If you can't find the book you want, then write it. If you don't see the movie you want, create it. Because the only way you'll ever know how good it is if you work it. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure joining in with you today. I'm so glad everybody was here. I'm so glad everybody joined in. Guys, before we get out of here, you know I got to do this before I go. Here we go. You ready? You know how I do it. Oh, yeah. There we go. Come on. You know I got to get it like that now. Guys, listen, thank you, everybody, for tuning in today for your show. Guys, don't forget to visit our Facebook page. That's Tell Me Something Good with the capital T. Guys, also, you can stream your episodes right now on Pandora, Amazon Music, Apple, also Spotify, and Google, and so many more. And guys, in parting, if you're going to tell me something, then tell me something good. I'm out here. I got to go. I told you I'm out.